Alrighty, people. Let's see what we can do today. 1,059 subscribers? What? We got more? Alright, let's hop on in the live. Man, I got a good old splinter. There we go. We're in. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Alright. The goal is simple today. We took all of these same size as this, but it was completely red throughout. And this one has been aged on half of the piece here. I think that's so cool. So I think I'm going to make some knife handles out of this because it's still solid. The Paduk is still good. It's not rotten or anything like that. It's just been oxidized in this area. So it's red on top and it's a beautiful red orange on this piece. It's crazy, crazy cool. And it's got this gray part at the bottom. So I think I'm going to make a knife handle out of this guy because it's just too cool. And I can't believe I found it in the trash. That's awesome. So this one is definitely going to be used. That's for sure. But for now, we are going to, I need to order some more glue as well. I hope I don't run out of that. I think we should be able to make it through this glue up. But you never know, you never know. Actually, I should just all right, let's glue these puppies up. Like I said, this is all trash wood. So I want to try something here. And we're going to see if we can't salvage this wood that I just got from the trash. I think we can. Shouldn't be any reason why we can't. It's going to be a lot of glue though. Good old finger spread. It's the best method, let me tell you right now. Doesn't waste any gadgets. I do want to get one of the silicone ones just off of Amazon. It would be a smart move. And all the ends on this guy are going to be cut off because when we run this trash board through the planer and stuff like that, we are going to experience a little bit of snipe. So I'm not too worried about getting these ends completely glued. I just want to make sure there's enough glue throughout the centers of this piece. And this is a Type-On 3, so it's a waterproof glue. I believe it's food safe as well. But we're going to make some... We'll see exactly what we choose to make, whether that is a cutting board out of this. That's going to be kind of what I'm shooting for, but it might just turn out to be a serving tray instead, so, but we'll see. The plan is to glue all of these stripes together, and once we have all these stripes glued together, we're gonna start to cut them at a 45 on the table saw and get a bunch of pieces that are 45'd. That way it's not just a straight patterned cutting board, and we can turn this into something really, really cool. And I might just do kind of like a random kind of pattern in a sense, or We'll see. Just gonna kind of play with it since it is wood from the trash can. But it's nice wood. It's a hardwood. It's exotic wood. And yeah, they let me go through their trash can. I was like, fuck yeah. It's awesome. What is everyone up to today? Thanks for hanging out. Love to talk to you guys, strangers included. Stranger danger is not a thing on YouTube. Stranger friends, stranger friends. I got chat open over here, so by all means, if you guys have questions or just want to say hello, feel free to comment. Like I said, all of this is junk wood from the trash can at the exotic wood store. They were just throwing it all away. And I saw it. I was like, I can do something with that. It's kind of like working with pallet wood, if you ask me, you know, because you're just reclaiming things that people don't want, which is always good for me. It's beautiful wood though, for it to be thrown away kind of trash wood. The Paduke, once I found that, I was like, oh, that's awesome. Because people in the States pay a lot of money for Paduke. The Paduke here isn't too expensive for me, so I do buy it in normal pieces as well, but free is free, am I right? I'd much rather have free than paid for Paduke. And it was a huge piece. It was completely oxidized on the outside. This piece was brown, like you couldn't even tell that it was Paduke. I just knew it was Paduke from one part that was kind of a little bit cracked open, and I could see the orange on the inside. And I was like, oh my gosh, that whole piece is Paduke. And so I took it out of the dumpster, and here we are. I cleaned it with the thickness planer, and nothing needs to be perfect on this guy either, you know. I think a lot of people are concerned with getting everything perfect, and I get it. I'm a perfectionist, but right now in this part of the process, as long as everything is flat and able to join together, you shouldn't worry about too much. When we clamp everything together, it's going to be just fine. I see people that just run it through, and I'm not sure about that. I've never seen if it's all right, but people just run their boards through the table saw and they go straight to glue up after that. And I've always wondered if that's okay because of the saw marks that might be left from the blade, or if that doesn't matter at all, kind of thing. So since I have my planer and thicknesser, I tend to use it to get rid of any saw marks and things like that. Hey, what's up, Matt? Welcome in, welcome in. Dude, your knife turned out sweet. That thing is awesome, man. I think we were both unsure about the selection of the mixes of woods with the colors, you know. But it is sick. Even in my other stream, I was saying that that's definitely my favorite knife. Kind of definitely one of those moments, like you said, where you just have to. Actually, this one doesn't need glue. It'll have glue from the other one. Where it's like trust the process kind of moments, you know. Actually, I could take this glue. So all of this wood I've got from the lumber store in their trash can. And the guy was like, yeah, you can dig through our trash can. I was like, say less. So I went through the trash can and I found like a couple big pieces of Paduke. And they were completely just like oxidized, so they were brown. And you couldn't really tell it was Paduke, but the second, like, you could see one little part that was just like kind of orange red, like the Paduke color. And I was like, oh my gosh, that whole thing is Paduke. And so I took that real quick, and here we are. I ran it through the thickness planer, got everything kind of flattened out. I'm just trying to take this glue from here because I don't need it on this last piece. I always forget that. Let me get this glue going. I'll say what's up. Yeah, crazy that this is just from the trash. So I think what I'm gonna do, because I don't want to just do a striped board this time, so I think my game plan is to build these stripes, and then we're gonna once it's all set, I'm gonna come through on the wonder if I can bring that over a bit. Come through on the table saw and cut 45s into this guy everywhere. I think that'll be a cool look, and then glue those 45 pieces together. But we got a lot of work to get that down to that point. The heat's not bad right now. It's a shady day. It almost looked like it was gonna rain, but we didn't get any rain. But definitely nice and cool, which is awesome because it was hot, hot, hot. Oh yeah, that's plenty of glue. It's dripping out. I need to order some more glue too. I have enough for another glue up or two probably, but you know how that goes. It's better to have it than to need it and not have it, kind of thing. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. We'll take this off to the side. So yeah, my plan right now is they're all just in stripes, and that's because it's wood from the trash. So I'm kind of limited on what I can do with it size-wise and things like that. So I just put them all through the planer, thickness planer and stuff like that. Got them down to cleaned up and to kind of a rough size. They're all a little bit different and things like that. So I think that'll be cool. But what I'm gonna do then later is come through and cut all of these pieces. They're probably gonna be, 40 millimeters, 4 centimeters, something like that, just so I can have enough to plane it down again, of course, at the end. But we're gonna cut them to where they're 45s, and then I can rotate the pieces and put them all together, and it should give us a cool pattern. So it's not just the stripes, which I think will be cool. So this wood in the middle, it's hard to see right there. Let me grab a good one for you. I don't know what kind of wood exactly it is. It's really pretty though. Get you guys out of the sun. There we go. So yeah, this is the wood that's going to be in the middle. It almost reminds me of that tatajuba a little bit, but it's definitely a different hue to it. So we'll see what kind of wood this turns out to be. I'll bring a piece back to because we couldn't tell. Everything, all of these pieces were like this. So this is what they looked like in the trash can when I got them out of the trash can from the wood store. And then I just ran them all through the planers and got them cleaned up. So I still have enough over here and there was also this kind of wood, and this one it's a really hard wood. Once again, not sure exactly what it is, but this one is a super, super hard wood. These are the same, just a little different hue to it. But my gosh, it was giving my thickness planer a rough time to get through, and it's got that ding, ding, ding sound. But it's a super cool, super nice wood, and I'll probably do the same thing because I have a lot more over here from that pile that I just cleaned up today. I definitely have enough to make at least one, maybe two more boards out of it. So I'll probably end up doing that as well. Oh, yeah, anything in the 90s and up is just torture, man. Yeah, this was the other piece of Padauk that I got from the trash. I think I'm going to make a knife handle out of this because that is just sweet. It's not rotten, it's just oxidized. So it's still solid wood. Nothing wrong with it. It's just Padauk will turn this gray color after being oxidized. And it's very likely that this is more the outskirts of the tree is my guess. But the orange part on this is just so freaking orange. It's sweet, and I love how it just like kind of cuts through the middle and changes. So I think I'm going to make a knife handle out of this one. Maybe a sword, since it's the right size for a sword. That's cool. I really like it. So I don't know what I'm going to do with that one yet. I just know it's one of the projects that's going to be coming up. Oh. All right, that's plenty of glue. As you can see, it's squeezing out everywhere. And then this is the other board that I got from the trash can. I got a lot from the trash, man, and it was all good. Just needed cleaned up. Don't know what type this is. I don't know if it's oak or something like that. But also very hard, dense wood. And I think I might make like a shelving unit or something like that out of this one, because it is a really beautiful grain coloration going through it. So I think it would be pretty cool to have a shelving unit out of this guy or something like that, like maybe a couple of those octagon shelves or something. We'll see. But for today, we're going to be doing some more cheese knives. Yeah, the orange in the Padauk is just one of my favorites. All right, I definitely need more glue. I can, like I said, I can probably make one or two more cutting boards out of that, but that's gonna be it. We'll let this glue dry up on that plastic. Get that out of the way. And then we've got some knives, some cheese knives to start making, I think. Got a lot to do, honestly. But the nice part is that it is finally summer break. for my daughter, which is kind of cool because grandma is going to be taking her for a lot of the time. So I think I'm going to be able to like come out here and stream later than usual to be more on US time, and also be able to do some weekend work and things like that. So that's kind of the hopes there for summertime. Should be 2 months of that, which would be great. And then I also need to figure out what video I'm gonna make next. Here, let's uncover your knife that we made for you. That thing's so sweet. I wish you could feel it. It just feels so good in the hands. I'm definitely gonna buy more of these tangs because this one just fits the nicest in my hand. So it's awesome. Ooh. And then we'll just have to clean this guy up. Got to be careful with this one because this one is sharpened already. So don't want to hurt myself. All right, I just need to clean it up a little bit, but that's looking sweet. I think you did the right call, honestly, with leaving this brass piece on. Not gonna lie, it kind of pulls the knife together with the back of the handle. That's so cool. It's so hard to beat that Peroda wood. The grain on it is just incredible. Super nice. A little bit of cleanup to do in here, but for the most part, and then a couple more coats of the tung oil. But this thing just feels awesome in the hand. It's the best feeling knife in the hands. No matter which way you hold it, this thing just feels perfect. That's so cool. This one I feel really, really good about, man. Yeah. That one's awesome. So I got those done. I'm waiting on a little bit. I have a set of files. They should be arriving today and for John's knife, so I can file down this inside area a little bit. And I think I'm going to try and jam on the front here. I can see a little tiny gap. So I might try and get some CA glue back in there just to make sure. And I think from what I read online, CA glue does stick to metal. So hopefully they're not wrong. But if not, if anyone knows better, I'm going to switch and try to shove some epoxy in there. But from what I read online, CA does stick. The same with Meinhardt's. Meinhardt's knife is really, really cool as well, but yours is better. No, they're all sweet. All right, so on today's list, here, let's see. I am gonna clean up this table though, because I want to be able to mark them off as I go. So let me find my pencil. Probably blew it into Narnia when I was blowing this place off. I'm not going to search the trash can again for it. We're going to search everywhere else first and make sure we've eliminated those options before we go trash can hunting. See, there we go. All right, how should I do this? I'm going to sand. I like to have a nice, neat list. Emily Creations and Redneck Woodworkers. Ugh. There was some drama about them, apparently. We don't need 60 grit on here. I'm just gonna eat the table up. Just a nice 120 will do. It's just taking off pencil marks. 120 should do the trick, right? I think so. All right, so I don't want to get the dust collection on. I'm just gonna blow it out backwards right now. So you're gonna watch me sand backwards, but who cares? All right, so let's see. Let's do it over here. We got Benner's. Weekend at Benner's. He's got the real knife. And he's got Tiger Wood and Tatajuba. Okay, Benner's. Ramon. He's got a cheese knife. And he wants to see tiger, teak, and purple. Purple heart. Rare Craftsman. He's got a cheese knife. Cheese knife. So Rare Craftsman's got a cheese knife and he wants rosewood, teak, and purple heart. Rosewood, teak, and purple heart. And then we've got Wes Does It. And this is the knife that I am super excited for as well. He's got a cheese knife. We might start with that one because it's the color combination that I've been waiting to see. My guy wants a Wenge blade and he wants a beech wood handle. And that's going to be sick. Okay. And then Pilado. He's got a cheese knife. And Pilado has not told me the choices yet. So we'll leave those blank for now. Go from there. Make sure that's everyone. enough of that. Table is nice and clean. We got viewers and subscribers' knives written down so we don't lose those. We should get you guys plugged in so we don't lose you. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the, I don't even know what the area code is here. I know that we're in the 3-3 district. I have no idea what the area code is. The +33. Welcome to the +33. All right, let's plug you in gently, gently. There we go. How's that? I still want to try making some fishing. There's so many things that I want to try making. But I also need to make some more long format videos. I'm going to try and keep up with minimum 2 a month. But it's hard. I don't want to just do the same ideas everybody else is doing. And that's the hard part, is that I have to come up with some things and do different things and yeah, figure that out. And I also don't want to just keep doing videos on cutting boards and things like that. I don't know how the viewers would feel about that. Okay, we're all set up. So let's start with Wes Does It, because that's the knife that I really want to see. So I think that I've got just the piece of Wenge. Oh, I also got this other wood from the scrap. This one would make a sick knife handle. That might be my own creation. Ah, there's a piece of Wenge. That'll do, pig. That'll do, donkey. It's on the bottom. Yes. Okay. Perfect. I can probably get a couple of them out of that. And once again, what we are going to do is take our favorite cheese knife. And I'm just gonna trace it because I want the full, we're gonna cut the full blade out of this one. So right now I really just need to kind of make sure that it's long enough and things like that. So, okay, table saw. Let's pull you guys back into frame a little better, huh? How's that sound? You guys want to see what's going on at the table saw? We can push this guy over to the side. Get it nice and lined up. Does that look professional? Like a professional workbench? Love it. Love it, love it, love it. All right. I think that's good. Maybe even adjust you guys in a little bit because it's a cooler view, I guess, right? I don't know. I don't know. You guys tell me. I'm just a psychopath. Psycho killer. All right. Man, I'm so glad that Wes picked a Wenge handle and beechwood. So this is the Wenge that he chose. Well, he didn't choose this specific Wenge, but he chose Wenge as his blade, and he chose beechwood as his handle. So you can just see the contrast that he's going to get on his cheese knife. And I think he wanted just straight up beechwood for his handle. So it's going to be just contrast. And I think what I'll do is get some of these cool grain patterns. I'll show you on this beech. It's got this really cool grain pattern coming through it, like right on this side over here. So if I can take some of this and get that into the handle, I think it'll just be super, super sweet. So that's what we're going to try, especially when we start to carve it all down and things like that. And we should be able to get a lot of handles out of this one. In fact, if there is a smaller piece of beech, I would much rather just take from that, but there's not. So we're going to cut down Mr. Wenge and get that tongue off. This Wenge board that I have here is it's actually flooring, so it just comes with the tongue and groove, and they had a batch of it, and it was perfect. It was perfect. It was so cheap too. I think I was paying like $7 or $8 per piece, which was just an awesome price. All right, let's cut this guy down. So I just cut the tongue and groove off. I always wondered if there's something cool I could do with this like little groove piece, you know. I mean, I'm sure there is, but not today. Today we are on a mission to continue on with making these cheese knives. So I got the ends cut. I think for the blade we're gonna want, yeah, this side right here seems to be the nicest. So we can take our blade here. We're gonna have to run this guy through the planer. We should probably do that first, actually. Well, I guess we don't need to run it through the planer. We can cut it down with the table saw. Done that before. Works just fine. Yeah, let's do that. So for the blade, I usually aim for right around 10 centimeters. I kind of want to plane it. What's this guy? I mean, I don't want to plane the whole board because that's going to be a waste. Yeah, it's at 20. So if I cut it down at just about 9, we'll probably be able to get 9 on both sides. Make sure we're in square. Okay, we're looking good. All right, for this we're gonna do a couple small passes. Let me double check that. We've got this blade right here. We can see what the thickness on it is. Okay, good thing we double checked that. It's at 5. The handles are 10. The handles are 10 each. But the blade itself is 5. So we'll go a little bit over on 6. Oh, wow, those are old. Alright. Probably get those scrap pieces out of there at some point. Wouldn't be a bad idea. Alright, I am going to run this through the planer real quick. That stinks because I just put it away. But at least we can cut a couple of blades, which will be nice. We can probably get 4 out of this guy. 4 out of this guy. So we'll run it through the planer and do that real quick. We're no stranger to that. And then we'll come back for the knife and trace it. And move this guy forward for the planer. Actually, let me just move it to the side a little bit. Excusez-moi. Excusez-moi. Oh, you're excused, motherfucker. Alright, that's plugged in. I guess you guys don't have the best view. I can give you a down bottom view though, if you'd like. That way you get to see it coming out of the planer. That sounds pretty cool, huh? Getting there. It is a knife. It's been a knife party, let me say that. Alright, so we're going to take this thicker one. I think that's going to be the good place to start. We're measuring 11. So we'll see what we can't do here. Man, this Wenge is a pain in the ass to run through a planer. It's such a dense wood, and it's just so strong. So it takes a lot of shallow passes to, and it's so warm right now. It's like really, really hot. So it takes a lot of passes to get it through the planer and down to the thickness. But we've already got this one to the thickness that we want for our blades. So we should be able to cut some blades out of this guy. And this one's going to be good enough to, because like I said, we're cutting 4 pieces, so I can cut, one piece here, one piece here, and one piece here, one piece here, and everything's going to get sanded down at the end as well. So, but that Wenge is rough on your blades. Let me tell you that right now. So I bet you these blades are going to need sharpened or replaced after running it through that Wenge. It's crazy. All right. That's good on that. I don't think we need to plane anything else right now. I mean, we are going to have to plane that beech wood actually. So, but the beech wood is much nicer on the blades. So let's go ahead and mark out 10 centimeters on this guy, because we want our handles to be about 10. So I'll go ahead and mark out 11. That way it just gives us, it's 11 and a half, 11 and a half, 12. That way it just gives us some room for error and room to run it through the planer. Drop this guy down for the initial pass. All right. Nice. I mean, that's pretty freaking perfect. So we're sitting, let's go ahead and set this guy to 12. Let's see if our blades are still okay after all that. And we'll go ahead and plane down both pieces. That way both pieces are already cleaned up and ready to go. Cool. Noisy bit out of the way. Now we can just get this planer out. I don't want it here. I need to create that other workbench for this planer. So I have all the wood already, I just need to build it. But I want to build a planer bench where this guy just drops down into the bench. That way I don't constantly have to take it up and down and that kind of stuff. So it'll be on a jack inside of the bench. And I can just lift, raise and lower it inside of the bench, and then take that bench and put it back here in this corner underneath some shelves and things like that. So there's always something to be done. Am I right? All right, noisy part done. Let's readjust you guys and get back to the cheese knives. And we'll bring this back over into this corner. That way we can see everything that's going on. Okay. All right, the annoying bit is out of the way, if you ask me. Knife party! Okay, so we got the beech wood now, and it's planed up on this side. It is at 10 millimeters, 11 millimeters, not gonna make a difference. 11 millimeters wide, and then we have our Wenge here, and this one's a little thicker. This one's coming in at 7 millimeters. And then this one should be right around 5. Yeah, 5.5, 6. So this is the one that I think I'm going to use for now. Because for the blade itself, obviously it's better to have a thinner blade. But you don't want it too thin since it's just wood. But that seems to do the trick just fine, being at this 6 millimeter range. And then we're going to sand everything down later and carve it and all that kind of stuff. So now we can get our favorite cheese knife out, which is this one, the full teak. Feels great in the hands. It's got a nice curvature to it. It looks good. So I'm going to use this as my master key in a sense. And this blade here is going to be for... this is West Does It. What am I missing? What am I missing for the knife party? I saw you before you deleted that message. Say it. Say it, Cleveland. All right, so just tracing out the rough outline of this guy, and I'm going to be able to cut 2. I definitely want 2 of these guys because the Wenge blades are awesome. So I'm going to cut this one, bring it up here, trace it, cut it, and then we'll have 2 blades. Now the handle, we're going to get a lot of handle material out of this guy. So since this one is Wes Does It, and this is his choice, I think we're going to bring him over into this corner. I like the grain pattern on this guy here. Should be really cool once we carve through it. I like the actually, hey, dad jokes are the best jokes. I'm gonna cut this guy out. I can just use this to trace the handle. There's no need to trace the handle on this guy, so we're gonna do that. Like I said, this is a beech wood and a Wenge, and I went ahead and just cut some extra pieces. That way I can make more because I know that this Wenge and Beach are gonna look sick. So Wes did a good choice. We're just gonna use a jigsaw. I don't have any fancy tools for this. I wish I had a what's it called? A bandsaw, or one of those little like also don't know what they're called. Skills, or not skill saws, but scroll saws. Scroll saw would be great because this Wenge is very prone to splintering, and yeah, you'll see it's gonna splinter a lot. So, but that's fine because, like I said, everything gets glued together, smashed together, and then completely carved and shaved down. So you really don't need to worry about anything other than just making sure that you have nice flat sides on both your handle pieces and on your knife itself. That way you can glue them together without having seams and stuff like that in the way. So what is everyone doing? I see there's 5 people here. If you could smash that like button, that'd be awesome. Even if you don't like me, just do it. Why not, right? Why not? It's free, doesn't hurt. Lets YouTube know I'm alive. I'm a real person, and I'm here trying to build things, entertain things. All right, so I just strapped it down. If I do that though, it's going to bounce all over the place. So I need to push this guy further back and start slow, kind of thing. Like I said, wish I had a bandsaw right now because that would just save me a lot of headache. I'll go ahead and like the video. That way we got 1 like. Oh, well, I didn't put that in all the way, I guess. That happened. Thought it was all the way in. There we go. This guy splinters and throws wood all over the place. Safety last. Put those glasses on. Hey, what's up, man? Yeah, I didn't see you earlier. Glad you're here, Johnny. John, I got your knife pretty much finished up. I want to do a couple more little details on it and a couple coats of the tongue oil finish on it, and then I believe I'm going to be able to get it out to you, or out on its way out of France into the States in August. So I'm not gonna lie, when I first read your message there on screen, I thought it said, "So sorry, I pooped." And then I was like, on them? What? Popped on. Thought you were pooping on people, John. All right, there we have it. The rough shape of the cheese knife, and then we're gonna shape it down, cut the handles, glue the handles on, and then we'll be able to carve it all out after that. I think this is gonna be one hell of a combination though with the beech wood. So rinse and repeat, because nothing worse than having to do it again later when I could just do it again now. So I'm going to trace this guy out on here. This one's an easy trace. Yeah, man. I keep waiting. I keep looking out though, and I'm waiting for you to pop on another live. So it's hard to catch you guys sometimes, but I do keep an eye out for everyone and try to, you know, make sure that I show up and support you guys the way that you guys support me. So just waiting on you. I am keeping my eye open for you though, John. I need some more inspiration, or else I'll just be making cheese knives the rest of my life. Ah, cool, man. Hell yeah. That was my next question for you. Is it a long format video? That's awesome, man. Because you've been talking about that. Come on, boy. What are the technical difficulties? I'm no expert, but maybe I've ran into it, you know. All right, now we got 2 knife blades. That's awesome. 2 knife blades is better than 1. Am I right? Am I right? Okay, two knife blades, so we can make 2. One of them's a little bigger than the other, but like I said, we're going to be able to. It's definitely a little chunky on that side. We're going to be able to sand that down no problem with the drum sander. Kept crashing, so I went to a different one. Oh! Hey, Christine. What software do you use for your editing? Okay. Wes, you're not here to make your decisions on this knife. All you told me is Wenge blade and a beach handle, which I completely agree with, but I'm going to have to make an executive decision as to how we put this bad boy together. So, we got one there. We're going to flip this guy upside down. That's how we get our left and rights. Okay. Huh. I have not heard of any of those. Are they free softwares? One. Hey, Wes, we're working on your knife, man. I was too excited to start with the other people's knives. So, Yeah, I was too excited for this color combo, man, so. Alright, I think this is the one that we traced. Yes. She gonna be beefy. No, we're gonna sand it down, make sure it's not beefy. That's gonna be sweet. It's crazy how it just like looks so bulky and weird to start with, you know, and then after you carve and carve and carve, it starts to become a knife. So we got those two ends. It's just going to be important to line those guys up. And then I think I want to, might even want to cut that down. This wood sands pretty easily though, so I think I'm just going to worry about that later. Actually, coffee sounds pretty delicious, and it might just be the move. Let me cut this scrap off. Well, we can start over. I've got some really good coffee inside, man. Okay. That is a bulky one, but we'll just take care of it in the sanding stage. I think that's the cool part about like making these cheese knives too, is like I don't need to worry about anything being like round and nice right now, because I can literally just take it to the drum sander and really shape it to the way that I want it at the end. So right now is really just getting all the rough cuts and going from there. Using the jigsaw because I don't have a bandsaw or a scroll saw or any of the proper tools. I got construction tools, but I'm making it do. Definitely saving this piece of beechwood because I want more handles. This one feels much nicer. I'm pretty impressive with a jigsaw, boys and girls. Let me tell you that. Not gonna lie, we've got book match perfect little guys here. Alright, Wes, this one's gonna be yours because I like the blade more on this one. So now we're just gonna figure out where we want to have this guy sitting at. I like to have the tang showing a little bit. Like I said, I'm just gonna, for this, as long as we have these guys lined up nicely. Just going off of my eyeballs. I trust them. Yeah. That's what we're doing. Perfect. Because the rest we are going to sand out and get it down to size. Because she's bulky. She's a beefy mama. All right. It's time. It's time. Let's add a dab of glue. Add a dab of glue. Thank you, BV. Fuck it, we can just do it right on top of this. I thought you decided on using Purple Heart for your end tables. Didn't your wife want Purple Heart? Yeah, I need to do some furniture builds as well again. A couple table builds that I want to be able to get done. I have the wood for it and everything. I just kind of waiting to either like have a. It's so tough. I want to make a really nice dining table out of the walnut slabs that I have up here, but then I need a place to store them, and I don't really want to just keep them in the garage for that long until they sell, kind of thing, you know. So I kind of am waiting to have the sale, but that's tough because usually in order to have that sale, it's a smart idea to have one or two to kind of display, you know, and show people. Hey, Meinhardt on his other account today. shit. I just applied glue to the wrong side. I guess I could transfer it out for one of these, but these two book match each other. Nah, let's just wipe it off. It'll be fine. Put the glue on the wrong side of the wood. That's how you know that I'm from the hood. Wrong side, wrong side, wrong side. We're gonna sand it off anyways. So, all right, right side of the wood. Things happen, things happen. Just glad it's a cheese knife and not, you know, dining table where I'm pressured on time for glue up and stuff. Here it's a very chill day, very chill day. All right, put that right on that line that we made. She is gonna be pretty. Nice. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Whatever happened to that Hawk Tua girl? She disappeared, eh? Because there was no skill involved in her game. All just a viral hit. She couldn't keep it up. Because there was nothing to keep up. All right. Sexy. Sexy. She Hawk Tua one too many times. Ah, cool. Are you gonna make the legs yourself and everything as well, or are you doing like the metal legs, or what's the game plan there? Oh, Daniel, what are you doing? You married to your sister? God, bunch of Kentucky folk. Meinhardt, you might as well, if you're married to your sister. No, no, I probably shouldn't. Probably shouldn't. But, I'm going to. If you're married to your sister, you should, go over to, your favorite channels. You remember those, two names that I wrote down on my table? You'd fit right in. I went and checked out their streams, and it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad, pretty bad. Pretty bird, pretty bird. Not my kind of people. Let's just say that. Wow, this one is on the money, but it's huge. We don't need all that. All right. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do for my dining tables as well. Full custom legs. I want to do kind of. I'm thinking I want to do one of those X patterns, something like that. That's kind of what's drawing my attention right now. So nothing new or innovative, but should still be a nice build. Guys, these cheese knives are so simple to make. So seriously, I think you guys should try it out. Like there's literally the beautiful part I think about carving. Oh, and I want to try that. I might even actually try that out of that wood since it's pretty nice. We might try that. The beautiful thing about carving though is that you can't, you don't really need to be precise in the beginning works, you know? And so it's really hard to, per se, fuck it up. Because you can just always carve around it and make do with what you got, kind of thing. So that's why, and these cheese knives are a prime example of that. Like, they are rough cut right now, but after we get to carving on them, they turn out beautiful. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, we need a, I don't want to make a picnic bench, but I do want to make like one of those. Have you seen those benches where they use the stones on either side and they carve the stone out to hold the piece of wood? I'd like to make one of those for our yard and have kind of like a sitting area. All right, that's 2 more knives. I need more clamps. If anyone wants to send me some clamps, if you guys have old clamps that you no longer need, by all means, I will give you my address and you can send those clamps my way. Who was I talking to about Wenge splinters? Because I got me a good one. And I cannot get it out. I think I'm going to have to cut into my finger. Is that the proper way, or do you just let it be until it pushes itself out and takes care of itself? Ooh, we can clean up that guy. We'll put this off to the side since the glue is curing on that. 2 identical cheese knives. That's new for me, to have 2 of the same. I'm doing it, guys. Production work. Production. Satisfaction in production time. I think I am going to try. I really want to try and carve. I don't know what kind of animal, but I want to try carving an animal. And I was thinking about a tiger or something of that sorts. And we got one little bad boy in the mix there. That's all right. All of this needs to get super planed and then cut and then super planed and then cut and then super planed. Yeah, I think I wanted to try. There's one piece of wood that must have had like a bow in it because it dips down just right here, just a tiny bit. It's whatever. Like I said, this was all wood from the trash can, man, at the lumber mill. So it's all Paduke, and I'm not sure what the other one is, but it kind of looks like the Tatajuba, but I don't think it's quite as yellow. So that's why I think it's something else. I feel like I just grabbed a bunch of Dippin' Dots. That's the best way to explain my feeling on my fingers right now. Is that I just decided to be some kind of savage and just pick up the Dippin' Dots with my hand. Never done that, but that's what it would feel like. I guarantee that. Get out of here. For trash wood, though, I'm excited. A bunch of Paduke, Purple Heart. I think it's a type of oak, maybe. I don't know. I don't know if you guys are wood identifying experts, but I will show you the piece, and you let me know what you think it is. Got it. That's the biggest booger in my life. So these guys, I got 2 long boards over here as well. I mean, this one's about 5 foot long, and that's the cleaned side. And you can see I was just starting to clean this one up. I still have a little bit to run through the planer, but I think that I'm going to kind of just cut these down into little blocks, probably, 8 inches or something, 6 inches, whatever, and glue them all together, and then use that to carve, or to try and carve, some kind of animal, And yeah, for some reason my head is telling me to go with like a tiger. I don't know. Or a rhino. Definitely not an octopus. That's not one I think should be started off with. So, but I think that would make a super nice carving if done correctly. And since it's trash wood, it doesn't really matter. I'm not wasting money by trying it. So, crocodile. Crocodile. I've thought about that one too. And I think that one, actually, there's a crocodile that I do want to try that I think would be super cool to do. And I think people would enjoy it as a video. My daughter just got that old school game, with the crocodile where you push the teeth in. I thought it would be super cool to make one of those out of all wood and make it actually have sharp teeth so that the stakes are raised when you actually play the game. Because right now it's pretty boring for me to play that game with her. And she just constantly wants me to get my hands stuck in it so that I get bit, and then I have to pretend that it hurts. Alright, that guy's cleaned up a little. I don't want to take it out of the clamps though, so we're just going to leave it in the clamps. Yeah. But I think this wood is... I have no idea what type of wood this is. But it's gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous for being in the dumpster, just trash. I was like, oh my gosh. So like I said, I'm just gonna cut it into pieces and then stack them this way. And so it's not gonna be big, whatever I make. It's gonna be kind of a small carving, I'd say, depending on how tall I make it. But I want to try something like that. I've never tried to carve an animal, so who knows how that's gonna turn out, But should be pretty cool. In fact, yeah, I need more clamps. More clamps would be good. Yeah. I don't know why my head's set on like a tiger. I think it just sounds easy. That's why. But I know it's not going to be easy. But it sounds like a more simple animal to kind of start off with. I don't know. That rhino, maybe. Rhino would be cool. I think I'd like a rhino. I was also thinking if I did do a tiger, I should do it out of the tiger wood. It would only make sense to do that. The splinter is starting to bother me. It's a pretty big one. Show you guys my boo-boo. That's a pretty good sized splinter. Yeah. Same here, John. Same here, because I have both of those available right now in my shop. I have walnut, and so I was thinking about doing a walnut top and then doing the oak legs, because I don't have enough of the oak really to. I think I just barely have enough to make a tabletop, but I'd rather just not risk that. And so I think I want to do just the walnut on the tabletop and then oak for the legs. I think it will look pretty cool. I don't think the super glue is going to reach it though, because it's not at the surface anymore. When it first went in there, there was a little piece at the surface, so I tried to pull that piece out, and it broke, and so just like a tiny piece came in, so out, so the rest is like really underneath my skin. So I think I kind of have to just like at least get it up to the surface, and then I could try that. But I think it's broken into 3 pieces. Get get it out of there. I'm not that. I got a live to stream. I don't think anyone wants to see me just pulling out a splinter. I hope that that bottom piece comes out with it though, because it's like it goes in, and then at the bottom it's like broken to the side. So my only fear is that I can get this big piece out, but that the little piece doesn't come with it. Right? I saw that video. Something about like I was thinking about slicing it with the just with like my utility knife blade or whatever. Something about that just scares me. Like the thought, I guess, just the thought of slicing into your own finger. Ugh. I've heard of that one, John. So yeah, if I can't get it out here, I'm gonna try that. It's pretty close, I think. The other part is I don't really have a good set of. Ugh. I'm dying, people. Yeah, I knew the soaking it. I wasn't sure about the Epsom salt, but I heard just soaking it in general. That's a pretty big splinter in here, actually. Now that I'm seeing it a little bit more, it's a lot deeper than it looks. My wife would not be a fan of seeing me do this right now because I don't have clean hands. I can't do that, dude. I can't slice into my own finger. There we go. There we go. Expose the top. Yeah, I need to do that, Wes. I don't even have a pair of like decent needle nose yet, you know? Because like it's it's hard when you restart with all your tools. Because I prioritized getting, you know, certain tools over others. But then it's like, damn, I really just need them all. Like there's a reason why people have needle nose pliers. Not saying it's for splinters, but there's been a couple of times where a pair of needle nose pliers would have been so helpful for me. And I just never got around to buying it yet. All right, we're getting somewhere. Oh. Hey.
Going to get some flowers for the teacher.
Okay.
You okay?
Yeah, trying to get a big splinter out.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm almost there though.
Ah, you shouldn't use that though.
I'm almost
I
there.
have tweezers
Oh, you
inside.
do?
Yeah, for sure. Oh, you do. You know that I do.
You know that I do. Where?
Ah, babe, and you should like
I'm so close.
use alcohol on the blade or something.
It's oh,
Anyway.
it's right there. Oh,
Tweezers would be ideal.
ah,
Good
I
job.
got it.
um,
Oh,
I told my mom that I want to see Amber after school to make sure she's okay to see if I
is she
want
going to
to.
Tissat
I don't
tonight?
know.
Okay.
The wine festival is tonight, but I don't know if.
Here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Friends are not going, like not a lot. Maybe Elodie and Alexi, but
Okay.
they're gonna have Elba, so it's not gonna be crazy.
Right.
And most of our friends are not going
Okay.
since tomorrow there is the birthday party.
Gotcha.
It's tomorrow at lunch though.
Okay.
It's like a whole day.
Oh, okay. Okay.
40 people.
Oh. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Just 40
I'm gonna have to
people.
prepare my head for that.
I know.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Okay.
Um, what else? I think that's it. So yeah,
Okay.
I want to see if Amber is okay or if we keep her tonight and bring her tomorrow.
Okay. Well, just let me know. See what Mina says, you know? Yeah.
Mina is okay.
Okay with the, yeah.
Yeah, just to let you know.
Okay.
Alright.
All right. Love
Do you
you.
need anything from I don't know where?
Maybe antiseptic wipes? I'm just kidding. No, I think I'm good. Yeah.
Go to the pharmacy, like on top. We have like
The
the
pharmacy.
outside.
Yeah, that thing is full.
Yeah.
Oh, guys, check it. Oh, no, I dropped it. Here. Oh, I found it. I can't believe this thing was inside of my finger. That's just freaking crazy. It was all the way. Wow. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, We got it out though, and the whole piece came out, the bottom too. I ended up taking the tip of the knife and shoving it into the same hole underneath it and being able to like kind of work it out, you know, and then pinch it down with my thumbnail and woo! You happy I got it out of there, John? I'm happy. No, it wasn't bothering me. Honestly, it feels worse now than it did before. But I know that it's not good to, you know, keep a splinter inside of your finger as well. So there's always that. But it was a pretty big splinter. Pretty big splinter. I don't know how it changed colors. Maybe it reacted with my blood or something, but it was black when it went in me and white when it came out. But I don't know. All right, guys. So we are. Wes does it. Cha-ching. We can put a check mark by your name as it is built already. We just need to do the whole sanding process and everything like that. I should have done it with some CA glue as well. That's what I did last time. That's why it was so much quicker. I was able to just move on to sanding right away. No comment. No comment. No comment. Alrighty. Man, some coffee sounds good. Some coffee sounds good. So we have 1, 2, 3 more cheese knives that need to be made. Oh no. What other wood starts with A? Got wiped off. Teak. Cheese knife. Teak. Tatajuba. That one belongs to that one belongs to, I don't think he said Tatajuba though. That bottom one said teak. What did the top one say? I don't think he said Tatajuba. I'm gonna have to figure it out. If anyone runs into Ramon, ask him what it was on the cheese knife. My hand or something. Oh, probably the planer leg was rubbing over the names. Everyone else is fine. Ramon's got Purple Heart Teak. I know that for a fact, but the other one. I think it has to. Tiger wood. I think it was tiger wood. Not Tatajuba. I think it was tiger. Tiger wood, teak, and purple heart. I am writing down the so I had them like all over this workbench, and I just cleaned it up today, sanded it down because there was a bunch of other stuff, and put everyone's names up here. So like I have Weekend at Benner's, who he has a real knife I need to build, the type of wood. Ramon, Rare Craftsman, Wes Does It, and Pilato. So it's just my list of knives to build for the viewers. That's all that I'm doing there. And Ramon's got scribbled out, I think while the jointer planer was on here, the rubber leg was moving around in this area and kind of erased his wood selection. So just kind of making sure. I'm pretty positive he said tiger wood. I think that's what he wanted. Teak, tiger wood, and purple heart. Um, Rare Craftsman is rosewood, teak, and purple, and he left the design to me. And then Benner's, I need to get in touch with, or just like next time he's on, kind of. We were still debating on what kind of pattern he wanted to do for his knife, because his knife is a little different. His knife is one that's not a full tang, so it's just got this little back part. And I've never done one like this before. Um, all of the knives that I've done so far are the full tang, and I like the full tang. Um, but I think I'm gonna like this as well. I just need to figure out how to kind of really make sure that this guy is seated in there nicely and stays there. I'm always concerned with like delamination and things like that. So I need to figure out how I'm going to do this. If I need to like put a notch on both sides, that way when I put it inside of like the wood, the epoxy can go into those notches and like just make sure that it's really stuck in there, or I don't know. So Wes, what do you do with these guys when you go to insert them into the wood? Like how do you get that hole the best way? Would you just yeah, that's the tricky part. Okay, while those knives are drying up, I think I might get that block ready, unfortunately. Unfortunately, I really don't want to do it with the planer, but sometimes you just need to do what you don't want to do in woodworking. And we're going to get the planer back out again. So, and we're just going to run those long boards through it real quick. That way it's done and we can glue them up. That's the hard part. I also want to build some like some more shelves. Shelving units would be great. A couple more of those, and also what else? Shelving units. What was I gonna say? Oh, those coat rack hangers that I did last time. I think those would do well at the market. And I've got quite a selection of wood that I can use for that. So I think that would be a good one to do for the market. Those like modern coat rack hanger, the one that I have the video on. So this wood is tough though. So we're gonna try and get through it. See what Wes said about those knives, because I have no idea. So 15, 16, 17, 18 millimeters. So always just go up a little. We'll do 19. Run this puppy through. This wood is tough. My planer is not tough. One day we'll have a like serious jointer planer when I got a shop one day. All right, let's get some ear protection and we'll start to run this guy through. much. Bogged her down. Yeah, man. And I got the notifications on for you, so hopefully I catch you on your live soon. And I'm waiting for that video, man. So drop that video. Hopefully that editing works out for you. Take it easy, John. This machine sucks to reset. It just takes forever. In fact, it takes so long that I think these boards, other than that piece, pretty good. Just not a big fan of that middle part. I think there's a delivery for me. Delivery! Who is it? Alright. I think that'll be fine when I go to glue up. Definitely need to cut off the snipe. That can't be there. Snipe the snipe, baby. Snipe that snipe, baby. Snipe the snipe, baby. For trash wood, it's awesome. What's that? For the teacher? Oh, nice. Yeah.
It's small, but it's,
Yeah.
just to say thank you.
Exactly. And goodbye.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's cool. All right. So I think I want to keep that wood just by itself because it's pretty. But I don't know how tall I should make it for this statue. Well, let's see what I can get out of this guy. I guess that'll decide it for me real quickly. Where's my tape? Right here. 60. So if I went 15, is going to be a small statue though. 20. I'll be able to get 7 pieces out of this and 3 out of this. So it'd be 10 of them at 15. So it'd be about 15 centimeters. What do I do, guys? She might be. She might just be into my wood. Alright, so I'm gonna try and carve like a statue, an animal, I think. But I'm trying to figure out like size wise, because like 15's not that long when I stack them all together. Is that right? Yeah. 15's not that long, but height wise, I guess 15 would be okay for a, if I did 15, I would get 3 out of this guy, or 4. If I did 15 here, I'd get 4, 8, 12, 13 pieces. Making a hand. 13, and they're all measuring in right around 15. Just under 2. So 15. I think I'm going to have to go with 15. That way, when I get 13 times 2, it'd be like 26. It's going to have to be 15. It's going to have to be 15, my people. So let's figure out stop block or an Uncle Wes. If I did 16, it would be 32, 16, 32, 48, and then I wouldn't have enough. So it's got to be 15. 15, 30, 45, 60. Yep. 15. Do you think 15 centimeters is high enough for a statue of some sort? I guess I'm just doing a small statue. But I honestly think, like in my head, that doing a small statue is going to be harder than doing a larger one because there's more surface area to kind of like round out, I guess, and work with in a sense, you know? In my head, that makes sense. So, all right, 15, let's get a stop block set in place just so we can make these cuts quick and repetitive. All right. That might be good. Oh! Let me put these on the ground for now. So let's figure out Bringing those guys up next. I should have cut that square. It's alright, it's a carving. Should be able to make a tiger out of that, right? We gotta do something about this guy. It's driving me nuts. I think we should be able to get a tiger out of that. No? Yes, maybe. I don't know. Let's see. It's 25 long. Yeah, we can pull an animal out of this. I think I should have the grain going all the same way. Trying to play with patterns here. Just believe it or not, there are some grain details that could work out here. Okay. We're gonna have a block. At least we're gonna have a block of wood. Now that should be able to turn into something. For my first time, it's gonna be Paco Taco. Anyways, so let's just not focus on the major details and focus on just getting something built. And then we'll see how that goes. Because it could very well end up being a little fire that we have this summer, you know. We'll do a live stream fire to burn all the projects that never made it. The ones that didn't make the cut. Alright, now I think that the cutting board has been glued long enough. So I think you only need to leave it in the clamps for 30 minutes, right? To an hour. And after that, they say the magic is done. I guess I could just take these middle ones. Really only need 2 clamps for that guy. Leave the rest in there so it keeps that pressure. Same with the cheese knives. I feel like these would be good to pull out of the clamps. How did I not check this one for glue? Luckily I'm doing it now. That's the one spot you don't want the glue to cure. Then it's just a nightmare to get rid of. Okay. Got it on that guy. That guy's good. Getting thirsty. I need some water in this bitch. I hope that there's less detail in the small, but I don't know. We're gonna find out. We're gonna find out just how hard this is. I really hope that I'm not setting myself up here for like a 40-hour project or some sort, carving something that's gonna be dog shit. Okay, definitely going to be time to order some glue. And a little roller thing would be great for this. Fingers are good for the cutting board expeditions, but when you get to this size, you just need to get one of those silicone brushes from Amazon or whatever. Speed up the process. This guy should go. I don't trust it. It's got a little bit of a planer snipe on it. I'd rather put it on an end if anything. Let's see if I'm just wasting my time here. My God, I'm making a mess. But it's a happy mess. One more. Oh, two more. Snipe or raw piece? I think the raw piece can absorb more glue better. Okay. I'm gonna put that snipe on the outside. What a glue up. All right. Let's get these clamps pressured. Just trying to get all these edges at least lined up with each other. Even though it really doesn't matter too much. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Slipping and sliding. Okay, we're gonna back off. We have a piece that's, yeah. Take this teak. I think that's long enough. I think these cheese knives are good as well on clamping pressure. Okay. Get one more piece out. Perfect. Little piece of Duke. Yep. Okay. So I can just take these pieces and kind of clamp them in place here. Keep it from slipping and sliding. Okay. I really want one more clamp though in the center. And there you have it, the world's worst clamp glue job. But should be able to turn into a cool carving. We'll see. Like I said, I've never done a carving like this, so I'm gonna print out some plans with, not plans, but print out a picture kind of that I can use as a template to put on there and start to shape it and all that kind of stuff. Whoa. Cool. Let's see how this guy's doing. Should be glued long enough on this guy. Fold this up. Yeah, that's good enough for that. Which means that on this guy, tomorrow, I'm going to be able to run it through the planer, and after we run it through the planer, most likely I'll do that cutting at the table saw. We'll see whichever one I get more tuned in. Maybe I'll build a crosscut sled as well tomorrow, because I really need to make sure that those 45s that I'm cutting on this guy are just like consistent over and over and over again. And so it's kind of hard to do it with this miter gauge. It seems to move around a bit more than I would like. So I need to figure out a good way to do the 45s, whether I should just do that on the table saw, or I mean miter saw. That might be better in this case, because I know that one's pretty spot on accurate right now. And be able to cut these 45s into this piece all the way down it, and then at that point reattach all those pieces in another fashion to get ourselves a cool cutting board. So that's kind of the game plan there. And this is all from the trash, which is really cool. It's Paduke, and I think it's a Kambura or something like that along those lines. But like I said, I got it all from the dumpster at the local wood place when I was buying my lumber. I just asked them if I could dig through their lumber or trash can and grab some wood, and they had beautiful Paduke in there that just needed to be planed down and kind of brought back to life. So, oh, and I should do that with the other one. I don't know if I should do that right now though, because I think we're gonna have to be getting going soon. But yeah, it's already 2:30. Yeah, this one was in the trash, and it's a piece of Paduke as well, and I think that this one is just going to make a killer knife handle or blade or both. So we're going to see what we end up doing with this one, but I just really like this piece. It's beautiful. It's so cool. So I need to figure out something cool to do with this, and then just build it. That's all we have to do. Build things. Just keep going, Brandon. Keep going. Keep going. You can do this. I hope there's less details in the small, but no matter what, there's going to be quite a bit of details to kind of carve into that brick that we just glued together. So that's going to turn out to be some kind of animal, and we are going to start the carving process pretty soon. Like I said, we've got some more cheese knives to be doing. We got this guy to clean up as well tomorrow. There's just all kinds of things. I need someone else in the workshop with me. That would be awesome to have someone else here as well working and to talk to. All that kind of fun jazz. But Oh, I might as well put this guy. Can't hurt anything to have another clamp on this one. Putting pressure down. That's going to be a solid block. Awesome. And we're going to have to just chainsaw carve that guy, I think. It's going to be the chainsaw to start, and then working into after that block sets up, we can go from chainsaw to Dremel most likely at that point, and maybe the angle grinder, but we'll see, because it is a smaller animal that we're going to be carving. I'm really leaning towards like a rhino or a tiger to carve out of this guy. I think a tiger would be really cool because of the grain pattern in this piece. I think it would naturally give the tiger its grain, you know? And I think that would look really, really, really cool. So we might do something like that, but no matter what we carve, it's gonna look sweet, unless I fuck it up somehow, which is most likely the case. I'm trying to get all this glue off my fingers, people, so I look like I'm like a fidgety person, but no, there's a bunch of glue on my fingers, and I'm just trying to rub it all off. It's quite satisfying. Hey, how's it going? I was just gluing up. I'm gonna try my side of artistic abilities and see what we can come up with. I just glued together a big old block of some wood that I got from the trash cans at the local lumber yard. They were throwing away a bunch of wood that was just weathered, but the second that I planed it down, it came right back to life. And like for instance, I already used the one today for the cutting board that we're working on. Doesn't look like much now because it hasn't been planed yet. The wood itself is gorgeous though, for being dumpster wood. I mean, you can't complain, you know. So I got a bunch of wood from them. I've already milled it down today and cut it down and stuff like that. But these are the two colors that are going to be in this cutting board. So we got the Paduke, and then I'm not sure what this one is, but I think it's like a Catarama or something like that. But it's beautiful. Nice, like warm tones, yellowy, beige, but it's really, really, really nice. And it's free. But these two are in here, and then tomorrow we're going to take this guy apart and cut into it at 45-degree angles all the way down. That way we can flip the piece and make a pattern out of it. I don't want to just have it with vertical lines like it is right now. So, and then this one also came from the trash, and this one just speaks for itself. It's all oxidized on this side, and then down the middle it's got the orange Paduke popping out on it. And this piece was completely, it looked like a pallet wood when I got it, and then the second I ran it through the planer, this is what showed up, and I was like, oh my god, that's so cool. So got to figure out something cool to do with this one and some of this other wood that we have here. I definitely have one more cutting board to glue up as well tomorrow to try and do similar process to this, where we're going to put them together in the stripes and then cut them apart from there and piece them together to make different patterns. I might even do one where I just kind of keep cutting it and make like a random design. I've seen some of those and I think they look cool. So, but we'll see. We have a lot of work that needs to be done to this guy before it's even close to finished. So, but it's cool. It's cool. It's cool. Yeah, the Paduke one is just like, just gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Oh, and then when Wes was in here today, we were working on his knife for him. So this is the knife that Wes chose. Obviously, we're not done. I just took him out of the clamps. So we'll be able to shape them tomorrow once this glue really sets up. But Wes went with a Wenge blade and a beach handle. So he kept it simple, but I love it because the contrast on this, once we get it all shaped and oiled and everything like that, the contrast on this guy is going to be out of this world. So I even went ahead and made two of them because I was like, yeah, the contrast on this guy, I just know already is going to be awesome, and I know I'm going to love it. So I made two because I want one. So we got those two cheese knives to do. And then as well as that, I really need to buy more clamps. I'm not just now realizing, but today is a prime example of I don't have enough clamps to do everything that I want to do, because I would like to we have four more knives to be made for people. And yeah, I don't have enough clamps. They're all currently, except for two, and that's not enough for me, being used on that gigantic block that we just glued together for the animal that we're going to carve out. So we'll see, we'll see, we'll see. Oh my gosh, what a messy mess. All right, let's get a little bit cleaned up. I think everything over here is good. And then I still have Suzanne's knife that I also need to make. Hers broke in the process when I was cutting the handles. One of the handles snapped. So now I have to restart on Suzanne's knife and get that going. All right, let's blow this all out. To do that. Oh no, I'm just realizing I never put on my work shirt. This is my good shirt. Oh, it's got glue on it. Damn it. He's done it again. He's ruined another shirt. Oh, that's totally thought I put on my work shorts. I can't believe I've left my good shirt on. Well, I can't believe it because I've done it so many times. But damn it, this was my favorite one. And it's got glue on Fuck it. Nothing we can do about it now. Fuck it. Alright, that's enough with this blower. Yo, what's up, Ramon? Ramon. Hey, man, we're going to be working on your... Thanks for the gifts, dude. Fucking eagle. We're going to be working on your knife tomorrow as well. Tomorrow's Saturday. We'll see, because I believe my daughter is going... Oh, I have a birthday party. That's going to be a... My wife just told me about that. Well, I'm sure my wife told me about it a long time ago, but she just told me about the birthday party that's tomorrow for her friend. And there's 40 of her friends going to the birthday party. So I need to mentally prepare, because that's going to be a lot of French, and I'm going to be lost as shit, dude. So hopefully they have a swimming pool, and I'll just stay underwater for the entire day. But anywho, the next time that I'm back in the shop, we are going to be making your cheese knife. Speaking of which, let's get that out of the way, so that just in case you're not here next time. Did you say something about your design? Because I know that you wanted teak wood, tiger wood, and purple heart, but what about design? Did you have an idea for that, or what were your thoughts? These are the ones that I worked on today. Well, one, it's for Wes. Wes does it, and he chose the Wenge, just straight up Wenge with beach handle. Obviously, there's a lot of shaping to be done to these guys, but it's going to be beautiful. I just know that that contrast is going to be sick. But so because I think it's going to be so cool, I went ahead and made two, and I think that some people are just going to love that kind of a simple taste thing. So I made two of those today that we're going to start shaping. He's got no idea. He's lost in the sauce. He is lost in the sauce. Let me think. Teak, tiger wood, purple heart. Teak, tiger wood, purple heart. Teak, tiger wood, purple heart. What? Teak, tiger wood, purple heart. Who? Teak, tiger wood, purple heart. Purple heart, heart. Teak, tiger wood, purple heart. Where is my tiger wood? Tiger wood who? Tiger wood's who? Here is my tiger wood. There's also some here. It's not enough for what we're trying to do. Ooh, I also did just get this guy in. Maybe we make your blade out of this one. It's a hardwood. I have no idea what type of wood this is. This is what we call trash can wood. And at the all of the wood we built with today was from the trash can at the lumber store. They were just throwing away a bunch of wood while I was there. I just showed Amy, but this was one of the pieces. So I had a full piece of Paduke, this exact same size, that was like complete orange, just from their trash can. When I cleaned it up, it came back to life. Before, it just looked very dirty and trashy, you know. But when I ran it through my planer, this one is sick because it's completely oxidized on this side. It's not rotten. It's completely solid still. But it's got the Paduke on the inside. So I'm guessing this might be the outer edge of the tree where it just is holding that white a little better. But I think this is sick for a trash can find. What? But the other one was completely orange, and we turned that into a cutting board already today. So, and this one is from the trash as well. I don't know what kind it is, but it's an exotic wood and it's a hardwood, and I can tell it's a good quality. I might do, especially since it looks so similar to kind of like the the teak or something like that. Maybe I do your blade out of this, but then we got to figure out how to get the Purple Heart and Tiger Wood to flow. Yeah, I think that'll be a cool match, actually. Better than the teak. To have the trash wood. Can't believe they just throw, like, they had a bunch of this tiger wood just in the trash can, you know? I was like, dude, score. And he said that I can go through their trash anytime. So I'm going to be taking full advantage of that. Yeah, the Purple Heart's going to look a lot better against that one. We can cut that down, and then we can figure out Tiger Wood. Tiger Wood's also going to look good against this wood. It's just close to it. Ooh, maybe. You know what we might try? I'll have to cut kind of two handles in a sense. But I have never done that before. But what about like the blade? If this is the blade, right? Let's say it's already cut down thinner. And then we do, for the handle, we do our Purple Heart. And then we do our, so I'll cut a handle out of Purple Heart. And then we cut a handle out of Tiger Wood and put that on top to where it's like you have two handles on each side glued in. I don't know if that makes sense to you. Probably doesn't make sense. I'm terrible at explaining things. But once we round it over, it should really like bring both of them blended in together. And it'll keep the tiger wood away from your middle blade wood, you know. Or you just go Purple Heart for a blade, and then you can figure out something with the other two woods for the handle kind of thing. Purple Heart's a tough one to kind of match with sometimes. But like for instance on the last one that I used Purple Heart on, kind of hard to tell right now because I've let it get all dusty and stuff like that. But I was able to put the Purple Heart next to Paduke, and I think it blended pretty well. So like for this knife, I actually enjoy it. I think it's really cool. But finding a way to blend the Purple Heart seems to be tough for me mentally because it's so different than all of the other woods, you know. But then again, it looks weird now next to this Paduke, and I know for a fact on that one I like it. So who knows? Who knows? Ooh, I didn't even think about cutting my cutting boards into like different shapes. So like this cutting board, like I said on this one right now, the game plan. So everything right now is just verticals. So I'm going to run it through the planer tomorrow and get everything cleaned up. And then I'm going to probably take it on the table saw and I'm going to cut all of these guys down into like 45-degree strips all the way down the board. And then at that point, what I can do is take all of those 45-degree strips and cut off the sides from them, and then I can flip them on their sides and re-glue them all together. And hopefully that gives me kind of like a mountain shape pattern, I guess, something like that, you know, where it's like goes back and forth, a zigzag chevron. I think chevron is what they call it, or something like that. I think that's what it'll give me. But if it doesn't, we're just going to keep cutting it and gluing it and cutting it and gluing it. And then at the end, we're just going to call it a masterpiece and we're going to sell it for thousands of dollars and everybody's going to be happy. And yeah, that'll be the story of this trash cutting board. No, I think that's great. I have this one and then I have one, maybe two more. Actually, definitely two more cutting boards that I was able to harvest from the trash can, which is just incredible. So free wood and turn it into something like that, which is just going to be awesome. I think for Ramon though, we just take, like this one has got some killer shine on it. I think we should make the blade out of this. It's a really nice hardwood. Make the blade out of this and then do a tiger wood, because it's very similar to the teak, but the teak isn't really that hard. Like, yeah, I did make a knife that was fully teak, but it's the one that concerns me the most with the blade, like chipping off or something. The one that I have that was made out of Wengate, not a chance that that thing was chipping, you know, which was awesome. So I think I'm just gonna take, I hope so. I really hope so. Like I said, I haven't done that before. Curious to try it, so I think that I can do that. And then we glued up today this gigantic block. I'll see if I can lift it up. Ugh. So I glued this guy up, and this was also from the trash. I just ran it all through the planer. Also an exotic hardwood, and it's beautiful. But I glued it into this big block, and I really want to carve an animal out of it. So like I was saying, probably like my head is leaning towards doing a tiger or a rhino. I'm trying to figure out an animal that I think would be like simple enough, because this is my first time trying to carve an animal and I know it's going to take some time. So I don't want to pick something like say an octopus, you know, where I have to do all these little details or something. So I'm trying to figure out what I can do on that block of wood to make it look nice and not just waste it. But it's trash wood, so it was already being wasted. So I guess whatever I'm doing to it can't be much worse than what they were doing to it, you know? But, alrighty. Well, guys, it's time. I'm going to blow out the shop and going to go. I have not eaten lunch yet. I'm thirsty. I want some food. I want some water. And then it's going to be time to pick up my daughter and get going. So thank you everyone who stopped by today. And like I said, if Grandma is taking my daughter tonight or tomorrow, then I'm going to try and hop on as soon as I can. And I might even do some nighttime streams at some point this week where I want to paint these cabinet door fronts and kind of do like a cool little painting on there. So it'd be fun to just kind of paint and see how that goes, you know? So we'll see. But it's summertime for my little girl now, and Grandma is taking her for the long haul. They, by that I mean they're going to the beach house, and they're going to be hanging out there for quite some time, and that gives me a lot of time to work and get things done. So without further ado, I'm going to clean this place up, and we'll see you guys soon. Peace.